Hello, Leslie Fiorenzo, and today I want to share some words that I believe you should stop using and what you can say instead. Words matter, and here's why. Your subconscious mind hears every word you say and it takes it literally. Your subconscious is subjective. It doesn't think, it doesn't reason, it simply obeys the commands that it receives from your conscious mind. And it focuses on emotions rather than logic or intuition. So when you say things like, oh, I have to go to work today, or I should clean out the garage, or I must get to work on that project. These sentences sound like drudgery, and there's something that I'm obligated to do that I don't want to do. So we procrastinate, we hit the snooze, we avoid the garage or the project, or we sit down and binge watch something on Netflix. And that really creates a spiral of negativity, and we are in constant obligation and constant procrastination. So I believe changing just a few words can make a difference. I get to go to work today. I'm going to choose to work on that project. I want to clean out the garage. And when I get up to do something, when I choose to do something or I want to do something, my mood elevates and my emotions spiral upward and I feel a lot better. We're sending a message to our brain that is positive and uplifting instead of the opposite. Another word I want you to consider replacing is this word don't. Our brain does not register that word. And I learned this from a gentleman who wrote a book called Remember the Ice. His name is Bob Nichols. And you can still find him on the internet. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us on this planet. But here's his story. It was in July of 1991, and it was late in the evening in Phoenix, Arizona. And he went into a convenience store. He knew the owner, knew the gentleman who worked at the convenience store very well. His name was Rick. He was the manager. And he asked him how ice sales were, because above his two cash registers were signs predominantly placed that says, "Don't forget the ice." And he said to Bob, actually, they're not really great. And Bob said, would you be open to a suggestion? After all, this was Phoenix in the desert in the middle of summer, and ice should be flying out the door proverbially, right? Really. And he said, do you have a couple of pieces of paper and a magic marker? So he gave those, and he simply made a sign. Bob simply made a sign that says, remember the ice. Now, he knew what he was doing. He had a purpose in doing this. And so he stayed away from the store for about a month. And when the manager, Rick, saw him crossing the street, he literally ran out the door of a store and said to him, hey, you've got that. That was just amazing. Do you know my ice sales are up 500% in the last 30 days? What did you do? And Bob said, well, let me tell you why. He said, if I said to you, don't think of the color blue, what are you thinking of? And Rick said, blue, of course. I can't stop thinking about blue. That's the same idea. Our brain doesn't register that word don't. So this don't forget the ice was telling customers, forget the ice, right? Don't remember it. So he said, just changing the word to remember. So when you think about this idea, when you're working with people, eliminate those have to, must, and should, and then don't. And instead, use remember. I would also encourage you to check out his website, so remembertheice.com, and on there is what he calls a KNOTTY, K-N-O-T-T-Y, word calculator, and it'll analyze any content that you have for clarity and effectiveness. So you can check that out at remembertheice.com. I believe it was available the other day when I looked. Really great resource, really great tool. And so I believe words matter. And the most important words are the words you say to yourself. Listen carefully to the words you're saying. Are they future focused? Are they helpful? Are they encouraging? Are they supportive? Or are they hopeless, negative, and discouraging? One small change can make a very powerful difference. So as always, I welcome your thoughts. I welcome your comments in the space below this video. If you have some results to share, if you've used this methodology in the past, you might have heard this before. You might have heard, I think Tony Robbins is kind of famous for saying, stop shoulding all over yourself. He says we do the musts, we don't do the shoulds, we do what we have to do. So take that language and really make a positive difference in your life. And if you know somebody who could benefit by listening to this message, please share that with them. Please subscribe to my channel because I'd love to hear from you. And so make it